A special prosecutor has launched a high-profile investigation into South Korean President-elect Lee Myung-bak. The investigation is over allegations of financial fraud that have dogged the new leader. Lee has denied allegations he was involved in a stock manipulation case back in 2001 and has pledged to abandon the presidency if he's found to be at fault. State prosecutors concluded last year that Lee was not involved in wrongdoing, but the Liberal-controlled National Assembly dismissed the findings and voted for a special investigation 2 days ahead of last month's presidential vote. The special prosecutor will investigate the case until February the 23rd, 2 days before Lee's inauguration. Suspected Muslim insurgents have detonated a bomb in a market in southern Thailand that's left at least 37 people injured. The bomb was hidden in a motorcycle at the market in Yala province. Police say the explosion on Tuesday morning occurred shortly after a young Muslim man parked his motorcycle near the busy market. The bomb was remotely blown up by a mobile phone. The explosion was the third setback for the government in as many days, coming after an ambush on Monday, during which 8 soldiers were killed, and a jailbreak on Sunday that saw 6 suspected militants escape. Israeli and Palestinian leaders have opened their most serious peace negotiations in 7 years in Jerusalem. They're the final status talks aimed at creating a Palestinian state. David Ratburn reports.
Israeli Foreign Minister Tzipni Livni and former Palestinian Prime Minister Ahmed Kiryeh met for 2 hours in Jerusalem on Monday. The negotiations included issues such as the sovereignty of Jerusalem, borders of a future Palestinian state, Jewish settlements, and the fate of Palestinian refugees. The two sides said such meetings were expected to continue regularly on a more or less weekly basis. The Palestinians say a final agreement is achievable, and some Israeli politicians hope to reach an agreement within the year.
I believe now it's time for decisions by leaders, more than negotiations. I believe that the parameters are defined. I believe it's doable. We know it's going to be a two-state solution. And I hope that leaders on both sides will deliver the decisions required to make the year 2008 a year of peace.
I would urge the parties to do everything in their power to be able to, within a year, reach a good conclusion to these talks.
However, it is unclear how the two sides can reach a deal, let alone put it into effect. Some Likud members say Prime Minister Ehud Olmert does not have the required support to implement further withdrawals from occupied land. And talks on issues like Jerusalem could put Olmert's governing coalition in jeopardy. The right-wing Yisrael Beitenu party has threatened to quit, and Hamas has dismissed talks on any statehood issues. They say such meetings provide coverage for the occupation in order for the Israelis to continue with their crimes against the Palestinian people. David Rathbun, CCTV.
Australia's federal court has banned a Japanese company from whale hunting in Australian waters off Antarctica. Today's ruling is an effort to protect an Australian wildlife sanctuary not recognised by Japan. In a case launched by the Humane Society International, Judge James Alsop ruled that the company had breached the law by killing, injuring, taking and interfering with many whale species inside the legally protected zone. The decision is expected to strain ties between the countries because Japan has previously said it would ignore any such injunction. A British dinosaur that has baffled researchers since its discovery seems to have more in common with crocodiles than first thought. New evidence shows the unusual dinosaur is more like a fish-eating croc than a mammal-eating Tyrannosaurus rex. Will Black brings us today's Tech Update.
British researchers have found the baryonyx dinosaur was a rare fish-eating creature with a very similar skull to the crocodile. But at first it was thought to be a meat-eater like the T-Rex.
Fish-eating dinosaurs are very rare, and baryonyx was the very first discovery of what's turned out to be a family of dinosaurs that were specialised fish